We are going back-to-back on a Thursday. It's your boy, Jeff J, once again joining you on Let's Talk About It, your favorite Bleacher Report IG Live show that you control. We're going to be talking about everything going on in the world of the NBA and the NFL. So leave all your questions, comments, slanders, concerns, whatever you got, give them to me. We got to talk about Harden and Giannis battling for that MVP spot. Kyler Murray looking like he may be going to the NFL instead of baseball, and there's a whole lot more going on. But let's get into it with this NBA and Giannis and Harden going at it. Milwaukee pulled out the victory, and these two both, in my mind, staked their claim for why they should be MVP. Giannis had probably the quietest 27-21 and 5 game that I've seen in a while. This guy had a whole control on the game, but Harden would not be denied. He was on fire, hitting all his step backs, everything going on. And to me, it seemed like while Giannis and the Bucks won that game handily, Harden had the more impact. He had the more exciting game. Didn't translate into a win, but what are y'all thinking? Do you think that Harden cemented his claim as being the clear-cut MVP right now? Or did Giannis overcome him? And is he the run? Is he number one? See what you're talking about. Harden for MVP. Marbiner, yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I think he still is the man right now. He tied T-Mac for 14 straight games of dropping 30 points or more. That's nothing to shake a stick at, you know what I mean? Like, this is something that's pretty serious, and he single-handedly, CP3 hasn't been there. Eric Gordon hasn't been there, and he put this team on his back. To me, this is a more impressive campaign and stretch of games than when he won it last year, because his team needs him. They were out of the playoff picture weeks ago, and now they're cemented in it, and it's been because of his play. You heard D'Antoni, he even said it when the reporter was asking him, how do you think you're going to get back in this game? He's like, yeah, we have James Harden, so I'm going to sleep well at night, and I'm going to be cool because I know he's going to give us a chance to win. The Beard is a walking 40-point game. Young Wilcox, yeah, this man, you can't touch him. If you do, it's a foul. He uses his feet work. He scores from a variety of ways. He's just been on fire the last few games, man. Like this last 14 games. He's been undeniable. Like, you can't front. Even the most ardent Harden hater has to give him some type of respect. Kuzma for MVP. Anthony Chinchilla, this man, your man Kyle Kuzma came out before and said, this isn't a one-man team. This is a team of players, and we are ready. Dropped 41 points in 3 quarters. 41 points in 3 quarters. And nobody tell me that Kuzma doesn't put his money where his mouth is, and he's showing proof. To me, right now, at this moment, I'd say he's the second best player on the Lakers, and I would say that he's untradeable at this moment. Rondo showed me the flashes of the Rondo that we saw in Boston, but his hand hasn't sustained the structural integrity over the course of the season. I think he's just as important, but Kuzma right now is the one that you trust and the one that you know he's going to go out and be that complement to LeBron. And hopefully he can continue that play while LeBron is out, because the way the Western Conference is looking, you go on a slide and you're on the outside looking in. KD is winning MVP. Andrew Jacobs, I don't think so, man. I think there's still a lot of backlash on him making that move to Golden State, as idiotic as that is for all you purists out there. I think because he's on a loaded team, he would have to eclipse everybody and then some in order to stake his case. I still think he's top 3 in the NBA. I don't know about the MVP right now. Who you got winning Rookie of the Year? Poppy Louise Ra? It's Luka. Right now, it's gotta be Luka. This man is like Euro Harden, and that's saying a lot. I've seen him put people on their ass in a variety of ways. He scores from everywhere on the court. He has that pedigree from Europe, but he's showing that he ain't gonna be the bust that some people thought he may have been. Or if any doubts that you had on him, I don't know if those Atlanta GMs are going to sleep as well at night. I mean, salute to Trae Young, but y'all had Luka. Like, you had him. I don't know what you saw. Hopefully what you saw cashes out for you in the future. But for now, Luka's making y'all look stupid. Giannis because he's leading his team to a better record, so he is the most valuable. Will Blanford, you're about to trigger a lot of the people who were mad that Harden won over Russ. The year that he won MVP, you just triggered a whole group of people. That was kind of my tiebreaker too. I'm like, well, the Bucks have a better record than him. And I believe they said that, and y'all check me and you'll tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to Google while I'm on live, that they're the highest scoring team. They're the highest average team scoring in the NBA, the Bucks. Now, I would have never guessed that. But wins are one criteria, but it's where you bring your team from the previous year, the impact that you have. There's a whole bunch of things. So if we're going to too close to call, that win factor may be what supplants Giannis over Harden. Why do I keep calling this man Giannis? This is about to be, I'm telling you, man, it's the New York, it's too many accents that I got. There's too many accents. Lance Fresh, what's good, Lance? Bron is MVP every year, to be honest. Beard cooks up, though. We have this conversation all the time about what's the most valuable versus the most important. Because I think if you talk in terms of value to a franchise, just value in a vacuum, it's got to be LeBron, right? He changes the course of an entire conference by moving from east to west. A whole country in the north, Toronto, rejoiced. In Canada, Toronto, they rejoiced. The Ontario rejoiced because LeBron went over to LA. He is What'd you say? Got you. Got Chica talking to me. He wants to make sure that y'all are in tune with us and we talk to you. So let's keep going. Kawhi owns the MVP race given he is playing with hurt teammates and the refs never make calls to our favor, but he still gets his. And I know that's from Toronto because they spelled favor with the O-U-R. Honey Photo, yeah. Kawhi is up there. He's up there, but it's all about impact, man. I'm telling you, like, impact matters. And I don't know if he's been doing what Harden or Giannis has been doing over this time. Where do you think D Rose will end up next year if he can continue the success he's had this year? Jason, I don't know, man. It's pretty tricky because he's had a bounce back year, but can he sustain it throughout the rest of the season? I know there's some people who still may be on pins and needles whether or not his knee, his ankle, or any other injury will show up. Plus, you have all of the other off-the-court issues that come with him. It's a total package. I do think if he keeps it up, there'll be a team that needs that veteran off the bench to give him that boost that he's been giving Minnesota. Who knows? Minnesota might even want to keep him, but that's something definitely to monitor. James for MVP. Without him on the Lakers, they don't make the playoffs. Tell you, Mike, I think that's a big fact, but LeBron's been out. LeBron's been out for this entire time, so that might hurt him. That second half is going to be key to see who drops off, who steps up. But right now, I think it's Harden and Giannis in the top two. Lonzo for first team all defense, Lonzo for first team all defense. He had it going over and over and over again. But yeah, Lonzo's stepping up, he's doing his thing. First team all defense, let's see what he does throughout the year. He's gonna have to maintain what he's been doing. But speaking of maintenance and keeping and doing what you're doing, Kyle Murray has been keeping people on the edge of their seat whether or not he's gonna go to the NFL or he's gonna cash out in Major League Baseball. And it was broken on Stick to Football, shout out to my guy Connor Rogers and Matt Miller, that he is going to choose the NFL and go into the draft. Now, he's been balling out. He represented this year, one of the top quarterbacks in college football, but I'm not gonna front. I don't know if I would pick football over baseball. And I get it that you may have to toil in the minors for a little bit. It's not the instant money that football is. It may not even be as much notoriety if you talk about being recognizable and the endorsements and everything, but I feel like baseball is the better play in terms of guaranteed money. And I don't know the percentages, but a lot of those baseball players are able to walk away with a lot of their faculties intact after the game is over. So you're taking a physical gamble and a monetary gamble going into the NFL. But the game itself and those contracts are high risk, high reward. So if Kyle must really want to play football and is looking at it as that's what he wants to do, so more power to him. But yeah, with the way football is and the intensity and the high propensity for injury, I don't know if I would pick baseball, but that's just me. Baseball greater than football. I love you bringing back the greater than side. OG internet right there, Joel619. I grew up watching baseball, so I'm not with a lot of y'all in this current era that y'all think it's too slow or whatever. To me, it's like athletic version of chess when you're watching it, and even in the playoffs are where it truly matters. I get it where you don't want to watch it for 162 games, but I still enjoy baseball. I've liked football. I've enjoyed football more over the years, and I understand the factors why it's supplanted baseball as a more popular game, but baseball is as ingrained into America as any sport. So, I understand why you would like it more. He will play both. He'll get $8 million and still get money for baseball. Free 614. I'm glad you brought that up because we were speaking about that also earlier today. The two-sport athlete isn't really around anymore in professional sports. I mean, I can remember Bo Jackson. I can remember Deion Sanders. They were also elite. They were just elite athletes in general, where they could play those positions in football and baseball. But we don't really see that anymore. I think there's too much money in sports, too much endorsements, and too much really to risk for both sports to have a two-sport athlete. Not to mention the fact he's playing quarterback. It's not like he's playing corner or any type of skill position where you have multiple. He's the man. So you telling me, let's say it's October and the team he goes to, the A's are in the, let's say the A's are in the World Series, but there's a game going on, a divisional game on Sunday. He better hope that's both in the same city, because there's going to be a conflict and he's going to be playing football. That's a quarterback. The quarterback is the leader of their team, and he can't be part-time. So I'd love to see the two-sport athlete come back, but I don't know about both. I would choose football because it's 16 games in a season compared to 162. Christian, I feel you, but it's not like baseball is that taxing on your body. That's 16. You've heard players say it's like a car crash every time they get tackled. And especially with quarterback, that scrutiny. And it would be interesting if he was going to be a pitcher. like how would that play off? Because it's once every 5 games. That would be real interesting. But it's 16 games, but it's over 16 weeks. So it's about 4 months as opposed to what, 5 to 6 months, depending in baseball, or maybe even 7, because you include spring training and all of that, right? Preparing. So yeah, I get why you would say that, but I think it's all relative when you include the intensity of the sport. Murray is an Oakland Athletic, period. So Sack Royalty 24, you better hope. Well, if they were still gonna be in Oakland, I would say you would hope that the Raiders pick them up, but the way they're going right now, who knows? Baseball money greater than football money. Guaranteed money greater than unguaranteed money. I would say that, Len NY41. I would say that even more than, because the money is money at the end of the day. I don't know about, June is premium. I don't know. I don't make 7 figures, so I can't really talk about it like that. But yeah, in terms of guaranteed contracts, you get those in football too, especially the players signing up initially. So he's going to the NFL because he has a spot in MLB. He knows he has a spot in MLB. Preston Martin, yeah, I could see that because that's what Russell Wilson does. And I feel like it's more of a contractual obligation that he goes to the Yankees. It's like a flex type. He's obligated to do it. And if he so happens to show flashes, then we have that conversation. It almost reminds me of military reserves when they do like 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. That's how I feel like he shows up. But I don't know. That could be the case. Who's your favorite dual sport athlete? It depends on the day of the week. It'll probably be Joe Zen. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you finally watching live for a change, Joe Zen. It'd probably be Deion. I just like to talk. Like Bo Jackson, this was a dude who he claimed he never lift weights. And he just got up and did push-ups. He was probably the most freakish athlete I've ever seen in my life. But Deion just had that talk. Like he's a dude who played a football game and then flew on a plane and then went to go play the baseball game. And then I think it was Cox who didn't let him play. That still didn't let him play. I'd have been tight because that was like probably was a commercial flight. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been sick. Football and baseball got nothing on the NBA. Greatest game on earth. John Russ Optic. I'm personally, basketball is my favorite sport. I enjoy them all. I know that's like a wild political type wishy-washy thing to say, but I do enjoy basketball the most. It's one of the best games, and I think we are fortunate to be living in an era where all those games are being played at their highest level. Who do you have in the Super Bowl? I'm gonna say Saints Chiefs, because I want to see 1,000,000 points scored in the Super Bowl. I want an entertaining Super Bowl, and I want one it's not boring. I want something. I want to see Mahomes on the biggest stage. I want to see Breeze. And I think those two offenses would go absolutely nuts. And I'm gonna go right now because that is the end of our show. Thank you so much to everybody, producers, makeup, everybody in the studio, and you at home. You are the one that makes this show what it is. So thank you for joining. Continue to watch us throughout the week. June Lee is gonna be up on Friday, getting you prepared for everything going on the weekend. And until next time, you can find me everywhere on social and on the BR app. Jeff J says, Jeff J, we'll talk to you later.